What's going on, everybody? Josh Armijo here. Hope everybody's doing good and well and stuff. I got an album review to do for you, and I'm going to be talking to you about the new album from the band Phobia entitled Remnants of Filth. This is released on Willowtip Records. Now, if you're not too familiar with Phobia, they're based out of Orange County, California, and the best way to describe the sound of this band would be plain and simple grindcore. Pure, unrelenting, raw, pissed off grindcore. Very much hardcore and punk influenced grindcore. Ever since this band's inception 20 years, almost 20 plus years ago, this band has really been on a steady stream of making music, whether it be full length albums, EPs, splits, guest appearances. This band has such a huge body of work behind them. Yeah, just awesome stuff. It takes me back to some of their earlier albums like Grind Your Fucking Head In, Cruel, 22 Random Acts of Violence, to their debut Means of Existence. This is a band that not only has continued to produce really solid grindcore, but also continually evolve their sound to become even more angrier and a lot more pissed off. It's funny that I say unrelenting because that's the most recent Phobia release I listened to, was their EP that they did for Relapse a couple of years ago, last year I think, Unrelenting. Really awesome stuff, awesome music. If you used to be punk, then you never were. I love that fucking song. It's so good. Not to mention, these people are some of the most knowledgeable people when it comes to grindcore. If you ever get to meet any of these guys, you get to have a really good, deep intellectual conversation with them. They really know what they're talking about, especially Shane, the vocalist. He knows his shit. He is a great dude. I've been eagerly anticipating this new album for a couple of reasons. Number one, two new guitar players. Dorian from Noisier, he's playing in this album, and he's playing with this band. And a lady by the name of Cece, who plays for a local San Antonio punk band called So Unloved. Total support for that band. Great punk rock. Awesome stuff. I was anxious to see what was going to happen this time. And time length wise, it's 18 tracks and it runs about 19 minutes in length, which is probably around the same, near the same time limit as Grind Your Fucking Head In. So I was anticipating something pretty colossal here. And my anticipations were met. This is Phobia doing what Phobia know how to do best, and that is deliver some top-notch, fast, blistering grindcore, just as pissed off as any Phobia release has ever been in the past. Guitar-wise, since I just mentioned guitars, that's where I'll get started. Really sick guitar riffs. Very heavy, very fast and blazing. I'm loving the intricacy in the solo work. It sounds really good. I'm liking the way that it sounds. And Scott Hull does a really solid job with the mixing and producing here. Really brings out the best in each individual sound for this album. Really awesome. Bass-wise, it's a very gritty bass performance. Very gritty, very audible, very solid tone to it. It blends in and merges nicely with the guitar work here. It is just a joy to hear, and I'm loving the way that it sounds. Drum-wise, Brian Fajardo can do no wrong. To me, he is one of the best, if not the best drummer in grindcore today. Just the kinds of speeds that he can play. He can play any style of grindcore possible, whether it be fast, sludgy, mid-tempo. He can do it all, and he delivers another top-notch, high-quality drum performance here. Very solid blast beats and double bass. I'm loving the way that the snares and the toms and the drum roll sound. It's awesome. Another great Brian Fajardo drum performance. I love what I hear. And vocal-wise, your usual Phobia vocals. If you hear the way Shane sounds, he means business. He's so pissed off. He just has that hoarse, angry, throaty growl when he hits those growls. It's just amazing. And those high-pitched ear-piercing screams. I don't know how he can hit highs as high as that, but it sounds amazing. I'm loving the way that it sounds here. And I'm also loving the fact that on some songs it really brings together that hardcore punk element of this band. I do feel it on this album a lot more than I have on really previous releases, and I think it works incredibly well. I mean, tracks like Infraction of Pride, Let It Go, those songs have a lot of memorable qualities to them. And overall, this is another fantastic release from a fantastic grindcore band. I don't know if I can say this is their absolute best work, but it pretty much is right up there with Grind Your Fucking Head In. It's awesome. I love the pace. I love the speed. I love the ferociousness in Shane's vocals. I love the way the guitars sound, the way the bass is mixed, the way Brian Fajardo's drums are. It is just kick-ass. This is kick-ass grindcore, and another solid grindcore entry for 2012. This is fantastic. Some of my favorite songs on this album include Contradiction, Plagued by the System, Dementia Having Overdose, some of the songs that I mentioned earlier, Infraction of Pride and Let It Go, Freedom Isn't Free, and Inaction. Just so fast and so blistering. So again, the album is Remnants of Filth by Phobia. This is released on Willowtip Records. Go check this out, and this gets an 8.5 out of 10. Absolutely awesome grindcore. Another fantastic grindcore album, right up there with the new Catheter and the new Libertier and the new Antigua EP. Just some awesome grindcore. Not to mention Six Brew Bantha. I gotta throw them in there too. Some awesome grindcore from them too. So check out Phobia. I'm going to conclude this review. Thanks a lot for watching. Thanks for checking out my channel. And until the next time, Army Hill out.